Before the advent of bombs, the crackle of bullets, or the vibrant burst of fireworks, there was a humble alchemist's experiment, a discovery that accidentally and profoundly reshaped the world as we knew it. Welcome to Origin Stories, where we uncover the fascinating tales of how the most unexpected ideas, inventions, and even ingredients became true cornerstones of civilization. Today we're unraveling the explosive origin story of something truly impactful. Something that changed warfare, exploration, industry, and entertainment forever: gunpowder. Chapter 1. What exactly is gunpowder? Gunpowder, also known as black powder, may look like ordinary dust, but it's a carefully balanced mix of three powerful ingredients: saltpeter, potassium nitrate, which provides oxygen; charcoal, the fuel; and sulfur, the secret agent that lowers the ignition point and speeds up the boom. When ignited, this trio creates a rapid combustion that produces hot gas and expands forcefully, just enough to launch a bullet or carve through rock. But how did humanity stumble across this potent formula? Chapter 2. The Quest for Immortality, China's Accidental Explosion. We delve into the fascinating and somewhat serendipitous origin story of one of history's most impactful inventions. It's a tale of ambition, unexpected discovery, and the unforeseen consequences that can arise when pursuing the seemingly impossible. To understand this pivotal moment, let's rewind the clock to 9th century China, during the illustrious Tang dynasty, a period of great innovation and cultural flourishing. This was a time of unprecedented artistic expression, technological advancement, and intellectual curiosity, setting the stage for a discovery that would reverberate through the ages. In dimly lit alchemist workshops, scholars weren't trying to build weapons of war. Their ambitions were far grander, as they were hunting for the legendary secret of immortality. They sought to transcend the limitations of human existence, driven by the allure of eternal life. Instead, what they stumbled upon through tireless experimentation and a bit of luck was, well, quite the opposite of eternal life. Their quest for unending existence led them down a path they could never have predicted. As they meticulously mixed and ground minerals and herbs, carefully following ancient recipes in search of the elusive elixir of life, a substance believed to grant everlasting youth, they were unknowingly playing with forces far more potent than they realized. They unknowingly, and perhaps a little carelessly, created the earliest, most rudimentary version of what we now know as gunpowder, a volatile concoction with the power to change the world. It certainly didn't grant eternal youth or unlock the secrets of immortality, but it did light up the night sky in dazzling displays of fireworks, a beautiful, albeit unintended, consequence, a spectacle of light born from a desire for eternal life, and more ominously, it paved the way to launch primitive bombs and other explosive devices, forever changing the landscape of warfare. The world would never be the same. The secret of this potent concoction couldn't be contained forever, and soon spread beyond China's borders, riding along the bustling Silk Road, carried by merchants and travelers alike, making its way into the Middle East and eventually reaching Europe, where its arrival would usher in a new era of conflict and where things ultimately took a deadly turn. The age of gunpowder had begun. Chapter 3. From sparks to cannons. By the 14th century, gunpowder wasn't just a curiosity, it was a weapon. European armies refined its recipe and engineering to develop cannons, firearms, and eventually the military dominance we associate with the early modern world. Walls that once stood for centuries, blasted apart, armored knights outpaced by gunfire. Warfare was never the same again, but the path to power started with the raw materials and mixing them just right. To make truly effective gunpowder, ancient manufacturers needed three key ingredients, each playing a vital role in the explosive reaction. These components had to work in perfect harmony. It was a delicate balancing act, a precise formula where even slight deviations could have significant consequences. Saltpeter, also known as potassium nitrate, was often harvested from rather unpleasant sources like manure or decomposing waste. Yes, you heard that right. The process involved leaching nitrates from these organic materials. This labor-intensive process was absolutely crucial for obtaining the necessary nitrates, the oxidizing agent in gunpowder. Charcoal, the second essential component, came from burning softwood like willow or alder in low oxygen conditions. This slow-burning process, known as pyrolysis, carefully controlled by skilled artisans, created a lightweight and porous charcoal rich in carbon which served as the fuel for the explosion. Sulfur, often mined from volcanic areas near active or dormant volcanoes, added the spark, quite literally. Its low ignition temperature made it ideal for initiating the rapid combustion, acting as a catalyst to set off the chain reaction within the gunpowder mixture. The ideal ratio for a potent mixture, roughly 75% saltpeter, providing the oxygen necessary for rapid combustion, 15% charcoal, acting as the fuel source, and 10% sulfur to ignite the reaction and ensure a swift, powerful explosion. Too much or too little of any one ingredient, and your powder either fizzles pathetically, failing to ignite properly and rendering it useless, or far worse, blows up unexpectedly and dangerously in your face, posing a significant risk to the alchemist or powder maker. Once ground into fine powders to increase surface area and promote rapid reaction, the ingredients were mixed carefully, often dampened with water or alcohol. This crucial step helped to bind the mixture and, more importantly, prevent accidental ignition during handling, ensuring a safer manufacturing process. After mixing, the damp paste was dried and granulated, sifted into small, uniform particles. These grains controlled the speed and power of the burn. Finer grains burned fast, larger ones more slowly, ideal for different weapons or mining operations. Some batches were corned, pressed into cakes, then broken apart again to stabilize them. It was a delicate process. Even today, gunpowder must be stored away from heat, sparks, or friction to avoid disaster. Chapter 6: A Lasting Impact. Gunpowder didn't just change how we fought wars, ushering in new military strategies and fortifications. It reshaped how we built tunnels, allowing for faster and more efficient excavation, blasting through rock and earth with unprecedented ease. It revolutionized mountain mining operations, making resource extraction more accessible than ever before, unlocking vast reserves of resources previously beyond our reach. And it lit up festivals, transforming celebrations into dazzling displays of light and sound, adding a new dimension of spectacle to cultural events. From the mesmerizing fireworks in ancient China, a spectacle of artistry and innovation where the skies danced with vibrant colors and intricate patterns, to the thunderous roar of explosive artillery in Europe, forever altering the landscape of warfare, reshaping empires and redrawing battle lines with each earth-shattering blast, to the crackling finale on your 4th of July, a vibrant expression of freedom and celebration. It's all thanks to a centuries-old accident, a serendipitous discovery in a Chinese lab, a moment of accidental brilliance that would forever change the course of human history. It's wild to think that a seemingly simple blend of dung, wood and sulfur, ingredients readily available and easily overlooked, could launch humanity into a new age, an era defined by explosive power and unprecedented progress, forever altering our relationship with the world around us. That's the magic of origin stories. They're not always what you'd expect, often arising from unexpected places and circumstances, but they always shape the world in ways we're still uncovering, influencing our lives in profound and often unseen ways, leaving an indelible mark on our civilization. Thanks for watching Origin Stories. If you enjoyed this episode and found it enlightening, be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a suggestion for the next surprising invention you'd like us to explore. We're always eager to delve into the fascinating histories behind the things we use every day, uncovering the hidden stories behind the objects and technologies that shape our modern world. And remember, sometimes the things we take for granted, the everyday conveniences and technologies, had truly explosive beginnings, born from unexpected discoveries and transformative innovations, reminding us that even the most mundane objects have extraordinary stories to tell.